To be an INFJ is to navigate life with an invisible, intricate world living inside your mind and heart. You experience existence on layers most people don't notice. Where others see the ordinary, you perceive patterns, connections, and possibilities. Where others feel content with surface-level emotions, you feel the hidden currents beneath every smile, every word, every glance. You imagine futures that do not yet exist and sense the subtle pain and joy in the lives of those around you. This depth, however, comes with intensity. It can be profoundly rewarding, giving INFJs the tools to change lives, create meaning, and inspire growth. But it can also feel isolating, exhausting, and overwhelming. Life as an INFJ is an ongoing dance between vision and reality, empathy and boundaries, depth and practical action. In this video, we will dive deep into the strengths that make INFJs extraordinary, the challenges they face, and the personal growth paths that allow them to thrive in a world that often misunderstands them. 1. Core INFJ strengths. INFJs possess a rare combination of insight, empathy, and vision. Their minds operate in ways that are often invisible to the casual observer, yet they leave a lasting impact on everyone who crosses their path. 1. Visionary thinking, introverted intuition, NI. At the core of INFJ cognition lies introverted intuition, NI. This cognitive function allows them to perceive patterns over time, anticipate outcomes, and form visions that are both intricate and surprisingly accurate. NI is like a mental telescope, scanning the present, past, and potential futures simultaneously. INFJs can detect patterns in social behavior, often predicting how relationships or group dynamics will evolve, foresee the long-term consequences of decisions before they are apparent to others, understand complex systems, from organizations and politics to personal relationships, envision possibilities that feel abstract but can later materialize. This makes INFJs natural strategists, visionaries, and advisors. For example, an INFJ manager might sense that a company's culture will falter under a certain leadership style, long before anyone else notices. Or an INFJ artist might anticipate a cultural shift that inspires their work years ahead of trends. But this visionary thinking also has a quiet, emotional layer. INFJs don't just predict the future intellectually. They intuitively feel the emotional trajectory of situations. They can sense the potential for growth, conflict, or connection in ways others might overlook. 2. Deep empathy, extrovert feeling, FE. While NI drives their inner vision, extrovert feeling, FE, allows INFJs to connect profoundly with others' emotional worlds. They don't just understand feelings, they absorb them, often intuitively. This leads to strong emotional intelligence, the ability to read subtle cues and body language. Deep compassion, motivating INFJs to help people even when no one asks. A talent for seeing hidden struggles behind outward behavior. A drive to support and uplift others, sometimes at a cost to themselves. INFJs are often called natural counselors or empaths, and with good reason. They sense the unspoken pain in others and instinctively know how to offer comfort or guidance. They can make people feel seen in ways that few others can. For instance, imagine a friend saying, "I'm fine," but their eyes tell a different story. An INFJ might intuitively respond, "I know you're not. Do you want to talk?" That simple acknowledgement can open doors to deep trust and healing. However, this empathy is a double-edged sword, which we'll explore later. 3. Insight into human nature. INFJs are endlessly fascinated by the human mind and soul. They ask questions that others might never consider. Why do people behave the way they do? What pain is hidden beneath this reaction? What does this person really need right now? This curiosity leads INFJs to a level of insight that can feel almost uncanny. They often understand motivations and emotions before the person themselves does. Psychologists, writers, and visionary leaders sometimes share traits similar to INFJs, the ability to observe, synthesize, and intuitively grasp human behavior. Their insight isn't cold or analytical alone, it's rooted in care and imagination. They see possibilities for growth in others, even when those people cannot see it themselves. 4. Strong values and integrity. INFJs are guided by a powerful internal moral compass. They care deeply about aligning their actions with their principles. And when they commit, they do so wholeheartedly. This manifests as dedication to human rights, social justice, and ethical causes. Deep engagement in personal growth, their own and others. A reputation for trustworthiness and authenticity. INFJs feel the weight of their values acutely. They experience life as a constant balancing act between what is and what should be. Their insistence on integrity can sometimes make them feel frustrated with a world that falls short, but it also makes them deeply respected and reliable. 5. Creativity with meaning. For INFJs, creativity isn't just an aesthetic pursuit. It's a vehicle for insight, healing, and expression. Many INFJs channel their thoughts and emotions into writing that captures subtle truths about human experience, art or music that communicates what words cannot, storytelling that explores moral questions, psychological depth, or societal challenges. Their creativity is intentional. It's not about popularity or external validation. It's about making sense of the world and helping others feel understood. 2. Common INFJ struggles. The very traits that make INFJs extraordinary can also make life feel heavy. Their depth and sensitivity are double-edged, often requiring careful navigation. 1. Emotional overload. Because INFJs absorb others' emotions, they are highly susceptible to emotional overload. They can become drained after social interactions, even with people they love. Overwhelmed in crowds or chaotic environments. Stressed by conflict, absorbing tension from all sides. Impacted by negative environments. Carrying emotional burdens that aren't theirs. Without healthy boundaries, INFJs can unintentionally sacrifice their well-being. They often need intentional solitude and self-care to reset their emotional equilibrium. 2. Perfectionism and idealism. INFJs hold a clear internal vision of how life should unfold, which can lead to self-criticism when they fall short of their own expectations, frustration with others, who may not share their ideals, discouragement or disillusionment when reality fails to meet their vision. Their idealism is noble but can become a source of chronic dissatisfaction if they don't cultivate self-compassion and acceptance. 3. Feeling misunderstood. The INFJ inner world is rich, complex, and often private. Because of this, they can feel isolated, even among loved ones. They may sense that no one truly gets them. They sometimes simplify themselves to fit in, which can feel like betrayal to their authentic self. This sense of being misunderstood contributes to loneliness, but it can also motivate INFJs to seek deeper, more meaningful connections rather than superficial ones. 4. Overthinking and analysis paralysis. INFJs naturally live in their minds. They analyze past conversations and decisions, future possibilities, potential outcomes, moral implications of choices. This hyperanalysis can lead to decision paralysis, as they strive to find a solution that aligns with their values, considers others' emotions, and fits long-term vision. 5. The INFJ door slam. When deeply hurt, INFJs may engage in a sudden, complete withdrawal from someone who has repeatedly disrespected or betrayed them. The door slam is a defense mechanism, a last resort after exhausting patience. It reflects how intensely INFJs feel betrayal and emotional exhaustion. 3. INFJ personal growth, learning balance. For INFJs, growth is about finding balance between depth and practicality, empathy and boundaries, ideals and reality. 1. Learning boundaries. Caring does not mean carrying everything. Healthy INFJs learn to say no without guilt, protect their energy, allow others to handle their own emotional burdens. Boundaries aren't selfish, they make INFJs' empathy sustainable and more effective. 2. Accepting imperfection. INFJs must accept that they cannot fix everyone. People grow at their own pace. Progress is rarely linear. Trading perfection for meaningful progress allows INFJs to embrace life more fully and reduce unnecessary self-criticism. 3. Expressing their needs. Personal growth involves speaking up when something feels wrong, asking for emotional support, sharing inner thoughts with trusted individuals. INFJs often prioritize others' comfort over their own. Recognizing the importance of their own needs is crucial for long-term well-being. 4. Taking action on their vision. INFJs excel at dreaming and planning. Growth comes when they translate vision into action, even imperfectly. Starting creative projects. Volunteering for causes they believe in. Making career changes aligned with meaning. Engaging in difficult, honest conversations. Action bridges the gap between insight and impact. 5. Prioritizing self-care and solitude. INFJs need solitude to process thoughts and emotions. This can include time in nature, journaling, creative expression, quiet reflection. Self-care allows INFJs to recharge, recalibrate, and reconnect with their inner world. 4. The integrated INFJ. A healthy, integrated INFJ balances compassion without self-sacrifice, idealism with grounded pragmatism, depth with humor and joy, vision with actionable steps. INFJs realize they don't have to save the world all at once. Change happens in layers, one person, one project, one act of understanding at a time. Their sensitivity, depth, and empathy are not flaws. They are gifts, especially when INFJs care for themselves as they care for others. Their quiet light can illuminate paths others never imagined, leaving an impact far beyond the eye can see.